In ancient India, near the peaceful city of Rajgir, there lived a young man named Satyavan. Known for his sharp intellect and striking looks, Satyavan was admired by many in his community. Despite his outward charm and intelligence, Satyavan was tormented by a deep inner struggle, incessant thoughts of sexual desires. These persistent thoughts troubled Satyavan greatly. He found it difficult to focus on his studies, his duties, and even his interactions with others. His mind often wandered, and his spirit felt burdened by these constant thoughts. In search of peace and clarity, Satyavan decided to seek a way to free himself from these overwhelming desires. Hearing about the wisdom of Gautama Buddha, Satyavan decided to follow his teachings. He embarked on a journey to the monastery where Buddha was residing, hoping to find answers and guidance. Upon reaching the monastery, Satyavan was struck by the serene environment. There was a palpable sense of peace in the air, and the monks moved with calm and purpose. He approached one of the monks and expressed his desire to meet Buddha. The monk led him to a tranquil garden, where Buddha was seated under a large bodhi tree, surrounded by a few disciples. Satyavan respectfully bowed to Buddha and waited for his attention. Buddha, with his ever-compassionate gaze, invited Satyavan to sit. "Great Buddha," Satyavan began, "I am deeply troubled by my constant sexual thoughts. They cloud my mind and distract me from my duties and studies. Please guide me on how to overcome these desires and find peace." Buddha listened attentively and nodded. "Satyavan, your struggle is common, and there is no shame in it. Desire is a natural part of human existence, but it is essential to understand it and overcome it, rather than let it control you. Let me tell you a story that might help reveal the path you seek." Buddha began to tell the story of one of his closest disciples, Ananda, who had faced a similar challenge. Ananda was known for his intelligence and unwavering devotion to Buddha and his teachings. However, Ananda was not immune to the distractions of worldly desires. One day, as Ananda was passing through a village, he encountered a beautiful woman who was instantly captivated by his presence. She invited him to her home, and despite his initial hesitation, Ananda accepted, intending to teach her about the Dharma. However, as the evening progressed, Ananda found himself struggling with a growing wave of desire. The woman's beauty and allure were extraordinary, and for a moment, he felt his resolve weakening. Recognizing the danger, Ananda excused himself and left the house, seeking solace in meditation. That night, Ananda sat under a tree and focused his mind on Buddha's teachings. He reminded himself of the impermanence of all things, including beauty and desire. He reflected on the suffering caused by attachment and the liberation that comes from detachment. As dawn broke, Ananda experienced a profound sense of clarity and peace. He realized that the power of desire lay not in the object itself, but in his attachment to it. By observing his thoughts without judgment and letting them pass, he could rise above the grip of desire and find true freedom. After recounting Ananda's story, Buddha turned to Satyavan. "The mind, Satyavan, is like a garden. Whatever seeds you plant in it will grow. If you constantly fill it with thoughts of desire, those desires will only grow stronger. But if you plant seeds of mindfulness and wisdom, those qualities will flourish." Buddha then offered Satyavan some practical advice to help him manage his desires. Mindfulness meditation. Practice mindfulness meditation regularly. Observe your thoughts without judgment. When thoughts of desire arise, acknowledge them, but do not engage with them. Let them pass like clouds in the sky. Understanding impermanence. Reflect on the impermanence of all things. Understand that physical beauty and pleasure are fleeting. By grasping their transient nature, you can diminish their hold over you. Cultivating positive qualities. Cultivate positive qualities such as compassion, loving kindness, and wisdom. Engage in activities that uplift your spirit and benefit others. Right association. Surround yourself with wise and virtuous friends who support your spiritual growth. Their influence will help keep you on the path of mindfulness and righteousness. Moral discipline. Adhere to a moral discipline. Avoid situations and environments that might trigger or amplify your desires. By practicing restraint, you can strengthen your resolve. Inspired and grateful, Satyavan bowed to Buddha and vowed to follow his guidance. He returned to his community with a new sense of purpose and determination. In the following months, Satyavan practiced mindfulness meditation and reflected on the teachings he had received. Whenever thoughts of desire arose, he observed them calmly and let them pass without attachment. He immersed himself in the study of the Dharma, engaged in acts of compassion, and surrounded himself with like-minded individuals who supported his spiritual journey. Gradually, Satyavan noticed a transformation within himself. The stronghold of desire began to loosen, and he experienced a growing sense of peace and clarity. He realized that the key to overcoming his desires lay in anchoring his mind in mindfulness and wisdom. Satyavan's transformation did not go unnoticed. His friends and family saw the change in him and were inspired by his newfound peace and focus. They too sought to learn from Buddha's teachings and embarked on their own paths of self-discovery and mindfulness. In time, Satyavan became a beacon of wisdom and compassion in his community. He shared his experiences and the teachings of Buddha with others, helping them overcome their own struggles with desires and find peace within. Through Satyavan's journey, the profound wisdom of Buddha's teachings continued to spread, touching the lives of many. The lesson of overcoming desires and finding true peace became a guiding light for all who sought freedom from the distractions of the mind. Thus, Satyavan's story serves as a timeless reminder that the path to overcoming desires and finding true peace lies within. By practicing mindfulness, understanding impermanence, and nurturing positive qualities, we can rise above the grip of desire and experience the boundless peace that comes from living in harmony with our true nature.